Welcome back everyone. In today's video, I wanted to share with you some recent pickups that I've been wanting to add to my collection room and displays. If you're new to the channel or fan of Star Wars collecting, be sure to drop a like down below and remember to subscribe. It always helps and is greatly appreciated. We're getting close to 3,000 subscribers and I can't thank all of you enough for supporting the channel and just hanging out and talking about Star Wars action figures. So you may notice that we have quite a few Episode 1 items here. We have the Naboo Starfighter, a Fambaa, and this Gungan ammo wagon. I already had the Naboo Starfighter in my collection, but I've been wanting the Fambaa and this ammo wagon for quite some time, and all of these were included in an auction bid, and I just had to take the opportunity. The Fambaa alone goes for a pretty high price, like $100+, and fortunately enough, I got all of this stuff together for pretty much the price of a Fambaa. So fantastic, I love seeing deals like that and I took advantage of it. The Naboo Starfighter is definitely pretty neat. It's not as good as the one that came out in the 3D line that had a better cockpit with a slide open feature and the droid was removable, it wasn't permanently attached. Definitely a big upgrade. I would have loved to get that one in my collection, but this one's still pretty neat. I can't decide if I'm going to leave it in the box or take it out and maybe try to paint the astromech to make it look a little different. Maybe for a future display, not sure. I definitely wanted the Fambaa and the ammo wagon because I would like to set up a nice Battle of Naboo scene one day. Hopefully we'll see a much better battle droid in the future, and I would also like to see the Gungan warrior make it back into the vintage collection, maybe with some ball jointed hips. That is a figure that it's an army builder, and I would like to see all army builders moving forward having better articulation, premium stuff like we're seeing with the stormtroopers, because I think both of those are almost equally as important if you're setting up a massive battle scene. So let's take a closer look at the Fambaa and the ammo wagon, because those are the ones that I'm most excited about. Taking a look at the Fambaa and its packaging, we have the classic Star Wars Episode 1 Darth Maul logo in the top left corner. I am such a big fan of that logo, and it's very nostalgic for me, growing up with the Power Force 2 and Episode 1 stuff that came out. I originally inherited, Kenner stuff from older siblings, but once, we saw these new Star Wars figures and vehicles making their way into stores, I was beyond excited to add more stuff to my younger collection, and now I'm very happy to add this one to my older adult collection. Taking a look at the Fambaa, he looks really great. We can see him in this nice big bubble. He comes with his shield generator and a figure, which is always nice to see. Additionally, we have some similar artwork on the top and bottom of the box. We have the Fambaa in all its glory, and it says reenact the awesome Naboo land battle. We have a close-up of the Gungan warrior and the massive shield generator. The same image of the Fambaa is depicted on both sides of the box, and on the back we have an image of the creature up against that Naboo background, a short description, and some pictures of figures and vehicles from the line at the time. Additionally, you can see this price tag down below. This was a FAO Shorts exclusive, and it was $75 back then. So all in all, this creature hasn't really gone up a whole lot in price, but it is definitely a bit of a rare item. So if you're trying to put together a big epic Naboo battle scene, this is one that you're going to absolutely need for your collection and display. So here we have the Fambaa out of the packaging, and it looks great. Simply set up with the Gungan warrior it came with and another Gungan figure from the Legacy collection. All in all, this thing is a nice display piece. There's not much to it. There's not any articulation in the legs, neck, or anything like that. The only articulation can be found in the shield generator itself. It is removable. It spins 360 degrees. In order to remove it, you just kind of got to line up these peg slices, if you will, and just be able to pop it out. I was definitely a little worried putting it on the first time and then removing it again. I was, just frightened that I might snap something, but it seems like it'll be able to come off. But that will definitely allow you to, have a little bit more flexibility when posing this thing on a shelf because it's so big. It is roughly around 15 inches tall, which is just a ginormous display piece. But I'll be very happy to get more Gungan figures in the future and have them set up with this thing and just recreate a nice Battle of Naboo. Taking a closer look at the Fambaa, you can see there's some really nice weathering here on the area where the Gungan sits. I think for the time that's actually pretty good. There's some really nice sculpting here on all this metallic stuff, and it's just got a nice bronze look to it on the shield generator. There's not much other weathering here other than, you know, this little like burn mark from where the shield comes out, I guess, just like a high energy area. But overall, the shield generator looks pretty decent. The figure fits in there very nicely. Moving down here, you can see some really nice sculpting on this harness that attaches to the shield generator. Got a nice pop of color here on that buckle, and it just follows down onto the creature's body. And the scaling is pretty nice. It's not super raised or anything like that, but I think it looks really good. Moving over here, you can see some really nice sculpting as well on this headgear. This horn looks really nice, and just overall, there's some really good detail on this creature for the time. Taking a look at the face, it looks really cool. Looks like what we saw in the movie. Down below, he's got a different coloring on his underbelly. You can see his toe claws are a different color as well, and just overall, this is a really nice addition to the collection. Here you can see the Gungan warrior, looks pretty good. Limited articulation because it's an older figure from the 90s, but he does a pretty good job looking good holding this Fambaa in place. And he comes with this really nice staff. I really like the paint deco that they applied to the top of that. That looks really nice, that metallic like jade color. And just overall, this is a nice addition to my episode 1 collection. So definitely consider getting one of these if you're a fan of Gungans or just a fan of the Battle of Naboo. Taking one last look at the reverse side, you can see I put the included Gungan in the seat and rotated the shield generator. This allows for a little bit more variety when displaying this creature. Additionally, taking a look at the sculpted foot, it's in a nice walking position, and I think that's also a nice little feature, you know, considering that this thing doesn't have any articulation. So all in all, displays really well, and I'm very happy to have this one in the collection. Moving on, we have our next item, and it is the Ammo Wagon and Fambaa set with launching energy orbs. Once again, we have that episode 1 Darth Maul logo in the top left corner, and a pretty nice image of the figure and wagon that's included inside. Apparently, according to this text down below, the figure is attached to the front, and additionally, you don't get these two figures included inside. But still pretty cool. Getting a little creature in this wagon will really add to our Naboo battle scene. Taking a look at the back of the box, we have the same image of the items included inside, except now they're superimposed on a Naboo setting of some rolling hills where the battle occurred. Additionally, we have a small description of the items included, as well as a couple of pictures here showing how to fire the cannon, load the wagon, and interact with this item. And here we have another fine addition to my Gungan army. Even though this critter's little face says otherwise. He's got a bit of an angry face, if I must say so myself. Overall, fantastic release. I'm really impressed with the weathering and paint deco on the wagon wheels. I think that looks fantastic. That green color is really rich and almost like metallic looking, so very into that. Additionally, the plastic used on this energy orb is like really nice. Really like there's some reflectiveness to it, so all in all, pretty cool. Additionally, you can see a bit of a darker color, but similar effect going on at the top of his staff. The biggest disappointment is that this figure is sculpted into the seat. Very strange move. I don't know why they opted to do that, but all in all, still looks good. Would have been nice to be able to swap figures out, but he'll still look really nice on the battlefield. Additionally, there is no articulation in this critter whatsoever. He's sculpted as just a statue, if you will. So a bit of a letdown, but it'll still look really nice on the battlefield and any type of Gungan display you might create. Taking a closer look at this Gungan and wagon, there's some really nice paint deco and sculpting throughout. The Fambaa set has some really nice spots on the back. He's sculpted very nicely, and here you can see some paint deco on his face. The eyes were done very well. He's also got this nice color on his snout, just a really nice gradient to kind of bring some more life to him. Additionally, the Gungan is sculpted nicely, has some really good paint deco, and here you can see how he's kind of like fixed into that seat. Very odd move, but regardless, he'll still look pretty good. So it's a little bit of a flimsy type of mechanism. This can just lift up, but it only kind of rests on the back of the Fambaa set, so it kind of can easily topple over because there's not much articulation there. But you are able to pull it and like move the wagon wheels. It's got a nice sound when you screech across a floor, but all in all, pretty good. It's mostly going to stand still in somebody's display anyway. Taking a look at the back of the wagon, the door swings open and allows you to store some energy orbs back there. I have the extra one that's included for the cannon, which honestly looks odd because it's got that like projectile part attached to it. I'm kind of thinking about getting some blue like bouncy balls off of Amazon and filling the back with that, because that would look much better being full of those like orbs just like you saw in the movie. So all in all, it's got some decent features and I think it'll look really great in a Gungan display. Hopefully one day I'll be able to get that all set up and have a nice Battle of Naboo display. And there you have it. Vesa have a very grand army. Very excited to add these ones to my collection and continue to build out my episode 1 figures and just Gungan army. I think all in all these look great together, and like I've said, I'm really looking forward to one day hopefully seeing a better B1 battle droid and some more Gungans in the vintage collection, hopefully with ball jointed hips and just, better articulation, because this was an epic battle. Really loved it, and I would like to have a full proper display of really high quality vintage collection figures to just bring this to life. But I hope you've enjoyed this video and taking a look at my recent pickups. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments down below, and feel free to let me know if you have this creature in your collection or if there's other things that you're looking to add someday to really build out an epic battle scene. And don't forget to drop a like on this video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. It really helps and is always greatly appreciated. Thanks everyone, and may the Force be with you.